It's a great starting point for both personal trainer and the client who comes for the first time in the gym. And not only for regular clients, but I think also for athletes, for professional sports people like this.
Thank goodness I can remove my mask. It's so hard to talk. I don't know. Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. I have a good friend here and a personal trainer here in Pharaoh's Gym.
Hi, Monica, nice to meet you.
Hi everyone, I'm Monica. I've been a personal trainer for 16 years and I'm FMS qualified.
How are you doing today?
All well, good. I was looking forward for this.
Good. I am too. So today we're going to be covering something called FMS or Functional Movement Screening, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm going to give the floor to Monica to explain to you what's the benefit and why it's necessary. And we're going to do some exercises, some drills to show the benefits or what it really does exactly.
So just in FMS, it's an acronym coming from Functional Movement System. The test, however, the assessment is coming from FMS Functional Movement Screening. So the test itself has an assessment of basic movement patterns, 7 basic movement patterns. Yes, and it's testing health and function. Problems might come up as you do the test, the challenging positions, that problems such as imbalance, muscular imbalance, joint problems, so it's also a risk for injury, and some asymmetries. So in short, it's an assessment of basic movement patterns.
Okay, good. And where did you find this out?
I found it. One American company came here, performed better from and then they brought the FMS concept here. The 2 American professors came here, did a 3-day course. It has 2 levels. F1, level 1 is just the testing itself, and level 2 is what do you do after that. Right. So designing, taking better decisions in designing the performance, the reliability, and why not the protection. First, you need to protect the client, so you need to stop him from certain things, and then you progress from there.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, it should be done. I guess everybody should benefit from this because it's a great starting point for both personal trainer and the client who comes for the first time in the gym. And not only for regular clients, but I think also for athletes, for professional sports people like this.
So let's start.
Okay. Right, so for the first deep squat, I would like you to take your feet hip distance apart in such a way that your stick, one end of the stick is at the end of the inside of your foot and the other end right underneath your armpit. So as I can see, have your feet parallel to each other. Perfect. And then from the inside of the foot and then keeping the stick, I'll keep the stick, but you just relax your arm because it has to be in line with your armpit and with the inside of the foot. Same thing for the other side. And this is your stance. So no matter how many times you do it or who does it for you, you need to adopt this stance. And then from this position, you're no longer gonna move your legs. You take the stick over your head, straight above, and place it or rest it on top of your head, on the crown of your head. Wonderful. In such a way that I see your elbows at 90-degree angle. All right, so it's not gonna be grabbing it. It's not gonna be grabbing it from any closer or any further. So it's 90 degrees. Perfect. And from there, you just take it up over your head. This is the position in which the test is done. Arms overhead and feet in this width apart. Okay. I want you to descend for a count of 2, all the way down as deep as you can and as slow as you can, and raise as slow as you can as well in the same position, keeping the stick over your head and feet parallel. When you are ready, you can start. Descend slowly for 2. And come up slowly for 2. Good. Do it one more time. If it's correct from the very beginning, there's no need to do 3 repetitions. All right? Good. So after we do the test itself, we need to ask the client if he had any pain
Okay.
So if it was any discomfort or any sharp pain in any of the joints of the muscles while doing the deep squat. If not, then you score the client according to the performance. If it has any pain, it's 0. Even though it was perfectly done, if it has pain or misalignment, you score 0.
Okay.
Okay, good. So that's your first test. Second test is inline the hurdle step. So you're gonna need this. Be careful there at the back. No worries. So the next step is a hurdle step.
Okay.
And for this one, you need to know how high the cord will be. This is according to your tibial tuberosity. Okay, so this knuckle here that you have it just underneath the kneecap. So in my case, for example, I would come next to it, and as you can hold the stick a little bit, and as I feel it, I just need to put it right across. And mine is 16 in my case.
Okay.
After that, you just have to place them equally. Okay, so that's my height, the height of my tibia tuberosity. All right, then you take the stick and then you come right in front of it, making sure you touch the board. You keep your feet together. Once again, you take the stick over the head, make sure they are 90 degrees in an angle. This time, you're gonna place it on the meaty part of the shoulders and you maintain an upright posture. I try my best with my shoulder injury. And then from there, looking straight ahead, you take one leg up, only tapping the heel, not pressing, putting body weight on it, and then taking it back.
All right.
Okay? 3 times, up to 3 times for each side.
Up to 3
Okay?
times.
Yes, so let's find out your tibial tuberosity height. Oh, I think it's pretty much the same.
I have short legs.
Actually, it's 16 and a half in your case.
Okay.
Yeah, this is better. All right, so now it's parallel. Once again, you touch the board with feet together. Yeah, remember the test is meant to be challenging.
Yeah.
We are so comfortably usually with our hip distance apart for better base support and better balance. However, the test makes it challenging for you by keeping your feet together. Right, you take the pole stick over your head, place it on the crown of your head, making sure 90 degrees in your elbows, and then from there, you place the stick, you rest it here on the meaty part of the shoulders. Good job. Looking straight ahead, you will lift your right leg up and over the hurdle, tapping only the floor in front of you, and just reverse the movement. Very good. Let's see from the front view. Go ahead. Looking straight ahead.
I feel like I'm blind.
And it's unfamiliar territory. So that's why we do up to 3 repetitions. So let's stick to the same leg for 3 times. So I'll have a front view, once again, right leg. So we are watching for the knees, for the hips, for the pelvis, if there is any rotation, if there is any alteration of the upper posture, upper body posture. And let's see a side view. Yeah, well done. Did you have any pain?
No.
No, that's it. Now we move to the next one. Yes. All right, the assessment number 3 is an inline lunge. All right, and remember from the previous test, we have tested the height of your tibial tuberosity. You're gonna use that number for this assessment by placing one foot pointing 0, marking 0 with your toes, and placing the other foot's heel at that number that your tibial tuberosity was. All right, so in my case was 16. So the distance between my feet will be a 16,
okay.
All right? Now, as a gait, a natural gait, which means opposite arm and leg, so does the test is done, which means if I have my right leg in front, my left hand, my opposite hand is up above. Is the opposite, right? So you're gonna place one hand in the gap of my neck, you see, the cervical curvature, and the other hand in the lumbar curvature, all right? Making sure your feet are pointing forward and your heels are down. You're just gonna descend vertically until the left knee, in my case, touches the board, and then you're gonna come back up, making sure you touch the board in here. In case your feet go out or in, we need to adjust in between each repetitions. Okay, make sure you have contact with the pole stick for 3 points. 3 points of contact are the back of your head, the midpoint of your back, between the scapula and the tailbone, right? And then from there you descend slowly and then come up slowly, right? And you'll tell me if you have any pain. So let's do the test. Remember yours, it was 16 and a half, the height of your tibia tuberosity. So you're gonna do both legs anyway. Start with whichever leg you want. Very good. And then place the foot in such a way, your right foot, in such a way that the right heel marks 16 and a half. You can use the pole stick for balance in case you're losing the balance. Very good. Making sure your feet are parallel, pointing straight forward, and then, exactly, use it for balance. It can be tricky. Yeah, as I said, the assessment itself is designed in such a way to put you in an uncomfortable position. So if there are any issues, imbalances or injuries, now they will show very vividly. All right, so as I said, the pattern of the gait. So you're gonna take this arm, the opposite arm, yes, the left hand up and back. Very good. And you're gonna rest your arm in the gap of your cervical or on your neck, and the other hand in the gap of your lumbar. Making sure you have 3 points of contact, the back of your head, the midpoint between the scapula and the tailbone. Good job. And now slowly you descend until the left knee touches the board. Vertical descent. Very good. And then slowly, slowly coming up. So that's a front view. Did you have any pain?
No.
No, that's it. So that's a score 3. Well done. Congratulations. So the assessment number 4 is named shoulder mobility test. So we're really going to take it now a closer look to our range of motion of the shoulder joint and the scapula capacity. And we're going to need the stick again because there is another measurement we need to do. So for example, if you could just extend fully your palm, as you can see, you have different lines here, different rings, you see, right at the wrist. So basically, the measurement is taken from the front line, the closest to the palm, okay? So as you have your hand fully extended, as you can see, this would be the first reference point. And your middle finger will stop here at number 8, you see? Good. For the sake of accuracy, we'll do measurements of both hands, okay? Again, you flex a little bit and you'll see the closest line or the closest ring to the palm. You do the same thing. And it's pretty much the same. You'll be surprised that I had by half. Yes, I did have clients with a difference in between the length of their palm. Right. Incredible. So this would be your reference distance, that within this distance you have to bring your fist close to each other. All right. So let's pretend that I am you and you're keeping here the mark. You're keeping here the mark like this. Me? Yeah, keeping here the mark like this. So you'll be, once again, with your feet together, extend your arms on the side, put your thumb inside, make a fist, and in one move, I need you to bring your fists close. So try not to walk them around, try not to round your back, try not to keep your feet apart, yeah? And then the distance between my hands, you measure with that. So from the lowest knuckle to the first knuckle of the other hand. And if it's within the range, then you get a score 3, right? Good job. You do the same thing because most of us have differences, imbalances, right? So if I do it the other way, hello, with my shoulder injury, it's a big difference. Kind of big, yeah. So I'm outside the range, right? Right. Good. So this is also a good indicator for you to know what you'll do for that client. So a little bit more mobility, more stability. Yes, to improve the range of motion, then you load the joint. In this position, in this circumstance with such imbalance, you're not ready to load the joint.
So you work on mobility.
Yeah, mobility and stability. Yes, once you loosen up the joint and you have this accessibility of the range, then you need to stabilize that range to make sure whatever you do, body weight training or light to moderate weights training, the joint is stable enough. It can hold on to that weight.
Yeah.
That's why mobility would be a little bit incomplete. You need to do stability and then you need to move without any concern to performance, any functional training. Okay, so you're ready? So we know your number. Have your feet together, press towards each other, lift your chest, adopt an upright posture, extend your arms to the side, take your thumbs inside, make a fist, and then in one movement, I would like you to take your right hand over your head and take your left hand underneath, like external rotation and internal rotation. And stop right there. Perfect. So I'm just gonna measure it from the lower part of your upper arm to the upper part of your left hand, which is a 9. Did you have any pain while doing this?
Actually, I have a little bit on the left.
All right, so you have a little pain in that. So even though the score will be a 2, because you're just 1 unit outside the length of your palm, because you had the shoulder pain, it's a 0. For this side, let's see on the other side, all right? Take your left hand up and right hand down. This is worse. So you need to work on this. Yes, it's way outside the range. This is a 10 up to 11. The other one was a 9 if you are just curious. And then do it 2 more times. I'm just going to also observe the posture if you are compensating in any way. Okay. Yeah, and it's painful. Then if it's painful, you stop the assessment and then you ask the client if he had pain doing the other side. You had also, again, injury kind of pain or disturbance?
Before when I was doing some
Okay.
shoulder press.
And when you took your left hand up on top, again, the left shoulder hurted you?
No.
No.
It's more like under.
All right,
Yeah.
okay. And now let's do the clearing test, because this shoulder mobility test has a clearing test, which means you take your, let's say you take your left arm on top of opposite shoulder,
My left arm.
on top of opposite shoulder, you rest it well there, elbow down, and you just lift it up and down, and down. Did you have any pain? No. So clear from this shoulder. Let's do the other shoulder. Grab the left shoulder and lift the elbow as high as you can.
Grab it or?
Yeah, grab it, grab it.
Okay, I wasn't grabbing before.
Oh, all right.
Then
You just lift it as high as you can. All right. So we see already some trouble there. All right. But it's good to know, good to find
it
it
is,
out.
yeah.
Okay. Great. So that's the shoulder mobility test.
we can
Yes.
talk about it, how we can fix it later.
Yes, absolutely. All right. The next one. Well done. All right. So we have Justin lying down, nice and comfy, after such hard work. Yes, yes, yes. The next assessment is an active straight leg raise that assesses the mobility in your hip. Okay. Therefore, for this assessment, we need to start doing some measurements to see where the pole stick will stand on as a reference point. So just point for me the front of your hip bone, anterior superior iliac spine, ASIS. Perfect. That's one point of reference. The second point of reference will be the middle of your patella, the middle of your kneecap. So I'm just going to take the measurements by extending my arms from the pinky to the thumb, and in between the thumbs, the midpoint will be your reference point for the pole stick. Pretty straightforward. And now the test itself requires you to lie down with your arms along your body, with your palms facing up. Perfect. With your feet together, press towards each other and flexing your toes towards your nose. So ankle dorsiflexion. Wonderful. Now you're gonna lift, let's say, your left leg first, but making sure you're pressing the back of your right knee into the board. All right? And lift the left leg as high as you can. Ready? Start. All right, and then slowly go down. Okay, so we can give you 2 more chances. So once again, relaxed, arms along your body, palms facing down, palms facing up with your feet together, and then you just Okay, making sure the other leg pushes against the board. Very good. And then you go down. Okay. Let's try the right leg. Relax your shoulders. Yeah. Yes, it's quite tense because we need to watch also for that. If you're doing great, like marking the greatest score, which is 3, but if you're struggling, then of course we need to consider that, all right? So relax, just press your feet towards each other, dorsiflex your feet, palms facing up, and let's go again. Only as much as you're still comfortable. Be honest to yourself. Very good. And that's it. Did you have any pain while doing this test? No. No, that's it. We move on. So it's just a little bit of lack of flexibility or too tight muscles. So perhaps you have the range of motion in the hip, but the muscles need to be lengthened more after whatever you're doing, or stretch, you know, like this. So I would like you to lie down.
Lie down.
On your tummy? Yes. So the next step, we're gonna pan fry you, huh? On your back, on your front, on your back. Well done. We're gonna make you well done, a pancake. Right, so the next pattern is a push pattern. Okay. So to test the strength and the control of that, for that you need to place your hands right underneath your forehead, and then from there go as wide as your armpits go. Okay. Yeah, you just take them out on the floor until you reach. You see, this part of your hand is in line with the armpit. Perfect. From that position, you tuck the toes under, you keep your feet together. I know, less balance, less base of support, just to make you, give you a headache, make it harder for you. And then in one go, in one move, you're gonna push into your toes and into your hands, straight up. Yeah. Oh yes, perfect. Struggling, but you did it. Good job. And then you go down. In case the client has difficulties pushing himself up with this, I want you to take your thumbs from your chin. So this is an adaptation. You can try taking your thumbs instead of in front of your forehead in line with your chin. Okay? So from your chin, you take them out until this part is in line with your armpits. That would be your adaptation. The arms closer to the trunk will make it easier for you. Okay, so let's do it. With your head in neutral position. Always cheating. That's it. Spread your fingers. Have a nice base of support. Feet together. Press into your shoes. Tuck your toes. Dorsiflex your ankles and push up.
This is harder.
Wow, okay, so the adaptation, you find it harder. Yeah, we are not the same. We just feel the same thing, the same test in a different way. That's it, you go down.
I hate this.
Right, and then do a cobra for me. There is a clearance test. You just do a cobra. Push into your hands, fully up, and look up straight to the ceiling. Tell me if you have any pain.
Should I be tucked under my toes?
Okay, under your toes. No, relax your toes. Do you have any discomfort, any pain? No. And while doing the push pattern assessment, did you have any pain? No. That's it. Good job. Right. So the last test is a rotary stability. You need the board for that. From your all fours position, you need to spread your fingers as much as you can, making sure the thumbs are touching the board, making sure the knees are touching the board, and the shoes are touching the board, right? Neutral spine. From there, you take a deep breath in, you extend, and then you touch the elbow with the opposite knee over the board. You extend again, and then you place your hand and feet in the same position. If you still have doubts about that, you ask the client to do it again. You extend, bring the elbow and the knee over the board, extend, and place it back. Make sure the board touches the toes as well, the shoes as well. Perfect. So adopt an all four position. Perfect. Spread your fingers, thumbs touching the board, knees touching the board, and feet touching the board. Dorsiflex your ankle, point your toes towards your nose. That's it. So in one smooth, slow motion, you lift one arm and opposite leg, Meet them over the board. Yeah. Meet them over the board. Yes. Opposite elbow and knee, and then extend them. And then place them back. Good. Let us do it one more time. Did you feel any pain while doing that? And now try to do a child pose. So relax your toes, rest your butt on your heels, and extend your arms forward. All right. Do you have any pain or discomfort when you do this? No, great. And that's the test. That's the FMS test. Well done. Well done.